Welcome back to Making a Difference on Buzz TV. I'm Mike White. Join me today is Robert Peak, the General Manager of Business Development for Jaxport. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
That's an absolute mouthful.
It's a pretty long title, yes. In fact, my formal title is Director of Marketing and General Manager of Business Development, but that's a little too long.
So what do you do as obviously you develop business, but who are you targeting to come into our community?
So we work at the Port Authority. We work in a very competitive environment. So there are ports up and down the east coast of the United States, including those in other states that want to bring in port business because they create so many jobs for the community. So these would include shipping lines, these large vessel owners who bring ships to your port, and also the very large companies like retailers that put goods on those ships. And so we're trying to have both of them come to Jacksonville's port.
You were a graduate of Leadership Jacksonville. Talk about your experience with the program.
Leadership Jacksonville was a tremendous opportunity. In my class, it's a year-long program. In my class, there were about 54 of us. And what impressed me was when you sat down and you talked to every one of those individuals, you realized that every single one of them cares very deeply about this community. And every one of them is doing something to improve this community in some way, either through volunteer work or civic work or through their everyday jobs. And it's just very, very positive and very empowering to know that there are so many great people in Jacksonville who care about this community and are doing things to help this community.
You've been involved for about 23 years at the port. What's been the best part of your job?
You know, the best part about my job is knowing that we create opportunities for so many people to make a living. So ports tend to be very large employers, and the Port Authority itself, we're a small government agency. We only have about 150 people who work there, but all the facilities that we own and manage, we lease a lot of that land out to private companies, and there are literally hundreds of companies that do business in and around our facilities, and they collectively employ thousands and thousands of people. And that's everything from longshoremen and truck drivers and warehouse workers to attorneys and environmental specialists and engineers. And so I just think it's a great opportunity to, and it's been a lot of fun to see the port grow and see so many people be able to make a living from what we do.
In the next 5 years, what will the port look like?
Well, the port's going to continue to grow, and already our Jacksonville's port is the busiest port in the state of Florida for handling cargo containers, the big 20-foot and 40-foot long boxes that are just full of consumer goods. We are the second busiest port in the United States for handling vehicles. We handle about 700,000 imported and exported automobiles every year. We're the busiest port in the United States for handling business with Puerto Rico. About 90% of everything that moves between the island of Puerto Rico and the mainland United States moves through Jacksonville's port. So the foundation is we already have a very large port, and you're going to see more business. And so it's going to be larger, more business, more jobs coming to Jacksonville because of the port.
So that means more trucks on the road?
It could be, yes.
And more train, more?
It could be, yes, and you're going to see more warehousing, distribution center facilities, some of these very modern distribution facilities, the need for more people to not only handle that freight, but also do things like back office, like logistics and transportation work as well.
So Jacksonville is going to continue to see this rapid growth it's been seeing for many days ahead.
It's an exciting time for the community. I think it really is.
So any nonprofits that you support that are close to your heart?
You know, one that I've been involved in for a number of years is Jacksonville Sister Cities Association, and it's an international nonprofit with a Jacksonville chapter. And basically, that organization establishes and maintains relationships between people in Jacksonville and people in overseas communities, with a focus on 8 cities that are sister cities and 3 friendship cities all over the world, in places like Russia and France and South Korea and Argentina and Puerto Rico. And it's a great organization because it's all volunteer, and the people there, again, care very deeply about Jacksonville and about establishing these relationships with people overseas, culturally, socially, educationally, and to some degree business-wise as well.
So do you get to travel a lot then for your job?
I travel some. I actually have a sales team that travels a little bit more than I do, and as the marketing person, I'm really more boots on the ground here in Jacksonville to help identify those companies, do the research, and make sure the sales team is armed with what they need to go knock on doors and say, bring your business to Jacksonville.
Excellent. Well, thank you for making a difference in our community and joining us on the program today.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching Buzz TV. We'll see you next time.